Facts.
Welcome to Brittni's Book Boner Bistro. Today we will be discussing Lamb by Christopher Moore. Christopher Moore. It's French. No, it's not. Even though I was recommended this book, I didn't remember that. I'm sure it was in my subconscious and that's why it stood out to me. But I was in this bookstore in San Francisco when I was visiting a friend and I saw this book and I was like, oh, this looks really funny and cool. And the person next to me that was a book buyer was like, holy shit, that author is awesome. I've read like all of his work. He has another one called Fool that sounded really cool. It's about King Lear. It's like a satirical King Lear book. Why are words so hard? Why are words so hard? So the person next to me says that this is a really awesome author and they've read all of his work and that he's a local. He's from San Francisco. And then everyone in this store like lit up with like, Christopher Moore, I know him. He talked at this one thing. And everybody was familiar with this author. And I don't know if that made me biased towards it, but I really, really enjoyed it. And I highly recommend it. It is the story of Jesus apostrophe. It is the story of Jesus apostrophe childhood as told by his best friend Biff. Obviously, it's a fiction. Maybe it's not. Maybe Christopher Moore had a little bit of the spirit and gospel. This is gospel. And I've read a lot of humorist novels, and a lot of them are biographical. Like you have Mindy Kaling's Is Everyone Hanging Out Without Me? And Bossy Pants by Tina Fey. Oh, the Pee one, Sarah Silverman. It's about pee. The Bedwetter. What was I? Oh. Great style of irreverent humor mixed with poetry. It had very poetic language. Like one of my favorite quotes from the book is, she laughed, my favorite music. And I love the characters that they choose. Like they're all very familiar if you're familiar with the Bible at all, which I'm sure you are watching this. It's just like you watch me and then you just right to the Bible. That's what I do. I am actually really familiar with the Bible. I grew up in a very religious household. High fives all around. Jesus vibes all around. It definitely took liberties with what would have actually happened in Jesus apostrophe's life. Because one of the questions he asked is like, well, what if Jesus knew Kung Fu? It's like he saw The Matrix and he saw that Neo was Jesus, but then he was like, but what if Jesus was Neo? Whoa. That's terrible. Whoa. Yeah. There it is. Better. Whoa. That's like Nicolas Cage and Keanu Reeves mixed together. Whoa. Whoa.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Oh! Oh!
Oh no. Oh, okay. So that's in the afterword of this novel, he kind of like lays the groundwork for the assumption that he's gonna get a lot of shit from different religious factions and people, and he just is very clear that he didn't mean any offense to anyone and he just wanted to write a story, and he obviously did a lot of research, and he definitely took liberties, obviously, because it's a comedy, it's a fictional comedy. Those little sprinklings of actual scripture and then mixed in with like Biff keeps misquoting the Bible, the Old Testament, and calling it like the Book of Amphibians and all these ridiculous things that are very childlike and adorable. The only criticism I have to say about this book is I felt like the ending was really rushed. Like they had to explain why Biff was like, what was gonna happen to him, and then it was just like, bam, you're done. And then there was this like, oh, this is the reason why you are not in heaven. Don't commit suicide. Oh my god, I just spoiled the entire book. But I don't care because you smell. I smell. My breath smells like a baby's chode. We all smell. Don't get mad about it. Jesus smelled. Bye! Even you? Wow, that's... Oh no. I didn't ever think I'd be able to make you make that face. Subscribe. I'll kill your family. I'll kill them all.